Okay, zombie shark ship. Walking along, lot da 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 da, minding its own business. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Anyways, so it starts out from home and it walks 6 miles, certain direction. This one is using the prepositional phrase rather than the bearing type direction angle there. And then it turns, changes direction, walks a little bit more. It turns again, changes direction, walks a little bit more. And we've got some questions to answer. This one for me is always vectors because there's three parts going on. I've had a student that can do triangles. I cannot do the triangles. So, in deciding to use vectors instead of triangles, you have to think about these angles and make sure that you have the angle you're going to use when you punch the button in the calculator. So, north of east, quadrant 1, we use the angle. South of west, quadrant 3, and you can see I took the angle and subtracted. Or wait a minute, part 2 is west of south. That's the arrow there, west of south. So we subtract from 270. Part 3 is the south of west, so we add that to the 180. And then type those in the calculator. We've got our angle there, which is in our vector, resultant vector in quadrant 3. The magnitude is the ultimate distance from home. And we see their Pythagorean theorem. Boom, you've got it. And in order to what direction to go back home, since we're in quadrant 3, we're going to go back to quadrant 1, so north of east. And in this case, the way I described it, you can see my alpha over here, north of east, is the reference angle. So remember, when you're using that inverse button on the calculator, just make the x and y values positive. Think of it as an alpha. Consider the quadrant and then adjust the angle as necessary. If I needed to go back to quadrant 2, I would take my alpha and, change it to the appropriate way of describing the angle. That is the end of this with sound.